Okay everybody, so please welcome to Great Writing. Here we are, Great Writing 10, and we are nearly finished. A few more weeks and we'll be at the revision time, and then it's final exam, and then we've finished this semester. So as you know, I'm following this book, Great Sentences for Great Paragraphs, Great Writing. Let's go. And once again, I'm following the syllabus, of course, which is Unit 4, Writing About the Past. And I'm following this exactly. So the aims, so week 9 and week 10, the aims, to learn the simple past tense of be and regular verbs, to learn the simple past tense of irregular verbs, to study the negative form of all the simple past tense, to practice compound sentences with but, and to study complex sentences to show time. We're going to focus mainly on these bottom two today. Okay, so that's the objectives, kind of the aims of the class. Let's go. So, okay students, look at the picture on the next PPT slide and tell me what are the pictures of. Okay, so I'm simply going to show you two pictures, I believe. So look at the pictures on the next PPT slide and tell me what are the pictures of. Okay, here we go. So I've got two pictures for you to have a look here. And here we have two large rocks. And if I look correctly, there's probably going to be a lighthouse on it somewhere, this rocks. Have a look at these. What do these two pictures show? Okay, so here we go. We've got two pictures, and if we just think Korea and Japan, it should give you the answer to both of these, okay? So where is this? Okay, I can tell you it's in Korea. And also, what's the problem here? There's a problem here. What are the problems? Okay? So, do you know what they are? Do you know what they are? Let's have a look. Do you know? Okay, so of course we have Dokdo here. We've got Dokdo here. And here we've got the East Sea. But as you know, Dokdo is claimed by Korea and Japan. Korea calls these islets Dokdo, but as you know, Japan calls them Takashima. And here the other problem is the East Sea in Korea is known as the Sea of Japan by the Japanese, okay? So, as you know, they are of Dokdo and East Sea. Can you use them to make a sentence using but? Okay, which is one of the aims today. As you know, they are Dokdo and East Sea. Can you use them to make a sentence using but? I want you to use the word but in a sentence to describe what's happening with these two pictures. Have a look at this and have a look at it now, please. Do you know? I'm sure you do, because after your midterm exam scores, I know you're very smart. Okay, so here we go. I've made some sentences. If yours is not the same, don't worry, it's just an example. Koreans call it Dokdo, but the Japanese call it Takashima. Terrible, okay? So the Koreans call it Dokdo, ding, but the Japanese call it Takashima. Okay, so there's my first sentence. Koreans call it Dokdo, but the Japanese call it Takashima. Okay, and you could also do Koreans call it the East Sea, but the Japanese call it the Sea of Japan. Yeah. So, okay students, look at page 115 of your textbooks please. So please open your textbooks to page 115, and if you could do that now please. Okay, so this is what we're doing. The connector but shows a contrast or a difference between ideas it connects. The connector but shows a contrast or difference between ideas it connects. And here we go. And we've got the simple sentences. Yeah. I bought a car, John bought a truck. Okay? So here we are, we've got two simple sentences. I bought a car, John bought a truck. But if you want to make it into one compound sentence, you could say, I bought a car, but John bought a truck. Okay? So here we go. We've got the two simple sentences. I bought a car, John bought a truck. But if you want to make it one compound sentence, simple, you can use but to show difference or comparison. I bought a car, but John bought a truck. But. But is not always a connector. Sometimes it is a preposition that means except. So please be careful, Joseph Marcelo. Okay, but is not always a connector. Sometimes it is a preposition that means except. So please think about that. But is not always a connector. Sometimes it is a preposition that means except. Okay, so here we go again. Compound sentence, use comma. Simple sentence, no comma. Okay. We visited all the countries in South America, but we did not visit Chile. Okay, but you can do the simple sentences. We visited all of the countries in South America, but except Chile. Okay? And this is how you can do it with the compound sentences using a comma, or the simple sentence where you don't use a comma. All of the new cars are hybrid cars, comma, but this one is not a hybrid car. Then to do it, with using but as except, we don't use a comma. All of the new cars, but this one, are hybrid cars. Okay? So, compound sentences use a comma. Simple sentences, we don't use a comma. Okay? We visited all the countries in South America, but we did not visit Chile. All of the new cars are hybrid cars, but this one is not a hybrid car. But then if you want to keep it as a simple sentence, we visited all of the countries in South America, but Chile. All of the new cars, but this one, are hybrid cars. Okay, students, look at the following sentences and tell me what is wrong with them. So the next sentence, they've got mistakes. And I want you to have a look at them and why are they wrong? Jamie is asking you what's wrong with them. Have a look and tell me. So look at the following sentences and tell me what is wrong with them. So here we have it. Until he bought a car, John rode his bicycle to work. Okay? So there's something wrong with that. Until he bought a car, John rode his bicycle to work. My mum made dinner. Period. When Dad got home. Okay? So have a look at these two sentences. What's wrong with them? Until he bought a car, period, John rode his bicycle to work. Then the next one, my mum made dinner, period, when Dad got home. Okay, so what's wrong with them two sentences? Okay, so here's the answer. In a complex sentence, the clause with a connector cannot be a sentence by itself. It is a fragment and must be connected to another sentence. Okay, so that's the problem. In a complex sentence, the clause with the connector cannot be a sentence by itself. It is a fragment and must be connected to another sentence. Okay? So, until he bought a car, comma, John rode his bicycle to work. That's the mistake in the grammar rule here. In a complex sentence, the clause with the connector cannot be a sentence by itself. It is a fragment and must be connected to another sentence like that. Until he bought a car, comma, John rode his bicycle to work. My mum made dinner when Dad got home. Okay, there you go. That's how you should make them to make them correct. So, okay, students, look at the following two sentences and tell me what is wrong with them. I'm going to show you two more sentences. I want you to tell me what's wrong with them. Have a look at them, please.